intruder. Waits, off a pick, turns, finds Post. Post, again, he's open and hits a straight-on triple. 94-78. Post, pick and pop, left wing. He got another one. Oh, Quinten Post. His 5th three of the night.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All righty, let's get right to it. All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands? River Islands in Lathrop. Joining us right now, Quinten Post, Golden State Warriors rookie center, coming off a 20-point night last night against the Bulls. Quinten, thank you so much for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. So a little birdie just told me that in the last couple days, you've had a conversation with another guy from the Netherlands named Rick Smits. Is that true?
Yes. The day before the Kings game, I talked to Rick for about 15 minutes. Yeah, it was my first time ever to talk to him, and like I said yesterday, he's the GOAT of Dutch basketball, so that was definitely really cool.
So is he a guy who, when you were growing up, like you knew all about him and knew he played for the Pacers and was a heck of a player?
Yes, 100%. Like when he was playing, like basketball was pretty big back in the Netherlands, and after he left, it kind of died down a little, and hopefully we can spark that flame again.
Hey, Quinten, I found out we were having you on the show, and I asked my partner, I go, man, what kind of personality does he have? Is he quiet? He like music? And then I found out we got a favorite song because I want to play this. I want you to hear this. This is from your open practice. Go ahead, Evan. Yeah, a little Journey cue. You a Journey fan and you got vocals, huh?
Oh, man, that really hurts my ears right now.
Oh, man, Journey, don't stop believing. But speaking on that, you haven't stopped believing. Just what's it like right now for you in the last 48 to 72 hours, having an impact on the game, catching balls, getting Uber rides from Steph Curry? Just how surreal is that, QP?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of, it's more so all the work that went into it before, like, the last 48 hours, really. I mean, I think for the last 3 weeks, I don't think I've had an off day even once, just because of my travel in between the G League and the NBA. Every day that's not a game is either travel or practice. So, yeah, it's been hard working last few weeks, and glad to finally get my chance up here. And glad it panned out well.
Quinten Post joining us on 95.7 The Game. He's a Warriors rookie center out of Boston College. Had 20 last night against the Bulls. And I know you had a couple big nights down in Santa Cruz, and now you have 20 last night. Obviously, one's the NBA and one's the G League, but were the quality of shots the same? I mean, could you tell the difference in level of play, or did it seem kind of the same when you were playing last night against the Bulls?
I mean, I think that's kind of how you try to approach it, right? Like, at first it was great for me to have some success in the G League. Also, we started winning in the G League, which boost the morale. And then coming up with the Warriors, I'd never played with Steph before, so that first game with the Kings, you're trying to figure it out. You watch the film back, and then yesterday I thought I was getting some great looks, and it's easy to play with him, right? Because he just creates so much space, so much attention. So it's different, but I'll say that like the G League just prepared me for these last 2 nights.
Quinten, you got Warrior fans in Dub Nation excited, and as you know, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of Warrior fans. We haven't been able to experience a big man, and now we got a stretch 5 that can shoot. And I don't want to bring the party down, but can you walk us through your thought process and mindset right now with you got 2 guys out in Draymond and Kuminga, and you've taken the bull by the horns. How do you compartmentalize, maybe if, minutes will get cut in half or whatnot, how do you just enjoy this ride and stay on the floor? Or do you even give that any thought?
No, like I think what I've always done is I just take it day by day, right? I'm focused on what's ahead of me, which is the Lakers tomorrow. And whatever happens when people start to come back will happen, and I'm okay with whatever.
Quinten, has Steve Kerr told you anything? Like, obviously you can shoot the ball from the perimeter, but has he told you, look, if you can do this or something else, you're going to be able to stay on the floor? So what's the part of your game that you got to work the most on that's going to keep you on the floor?
Probably like my motor and everything on the defensive end. And going back to the G League, like I just, being able to play 30 minutes a night there, getting the reps in, it's just a lot different playing defense on this level than it is playing in college, But I just have to get used to it. And, I feel like I'm making big strides, and that's kind of also, what the talks have been over the last couple months with the Warriors and with Santa Cruz. Like, it's just a point of emphasis, and I've kind of taken it upon myself to reach out to a bunch of people to watch a lot of film on the defensive end of the ball.
Quinten, I got to ask you this, man, because I just keep it real. So tomorrow, you guys play the Lakers, and you play a great big in regard to Anthony Davis. And we know this. You're going to be a part of the game. You're going to be out there, a nationally televised game. What's tonight like for you? Like, if I were you, I'd be nervous. Can you sleepwalk us through, how you're looking at tomorrow's game on national TV against the Lakers?
I don't know. I'll just try to get a good night of sleep and, wake up, have a good breakfast, go through my warm-up, and just play the game. Nothing extra, I think. Just try to stay aggressive and try to get a win.
Quinten, and we're joined by Quinten Post, Golden State Warriors rookie center out of Boston College, had 20 points last night against the Chicago Bulls and has played in each of the past 3 games, and it looks like you got a shot to kind of stay in the rotation. Has Steve Kerr talked to you about, look, this is kind of your time, and if you can come through, you might be able to carve a rotation spot out? Has he been communicative to you about that?
The only thing Steve has told me, Coach Kerr has told me, is just to be ready for these last couple games, and nothing else really about the future. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be ready for tomorrow, and then we'll just see what happens after. Hey,
Quinten, tell me about training camp, because Draymond Green is on record as saying you like to talk and you like to bang in training camp, and he liked that. Where do you get that confidence from?
I don't know. I've always been a vocal guy. I played 5 years in college, so I've kind of made that transition from being a freshman in college to becoming kind of a leader on my team that last year. And I think especially playing the center position, you have to be a vocal guy. You have to talk on the court. You can't be scared of a little physicality. So that's just, it comes with experience for sure.
Let me ask you this, Quinten. Like, after a game like last night, do you feel like you're more a part of the team?
Maybe a little bit. It just feels good to play meaningful basketball, right? Play winning basketball. But I never felt like I wasn't a part of the team. Being on a two-way is a crazy experience, being up and down. No, it just makes me feel closer to the guys, but nothing much more than that.
Hey, Quinten, let me ask you about going from your hometown Amsterdam to Mississippi State. Was there any culture shock in that?
Man, I had never eaten no fried pickles.
Oh, wow.
That's for sure. But besides that, I love my time at Mississippi State, and it's been a wild ride so far, and this is year 6 in the U.S. So I'm just really happy to be here.
Has anybody given you grief because you're so old at 24? Most of the guys coming into the league are 20, so I got to believe the 4 year or 5 years of college got you ready to maybe play sooner than a lot of younger guys who didn't have that experience.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't really look at my age. Like, I think I was kind of a late bloomer also in college. Like, I didn't play too much, at 19, 20. It was kind of my junior year when I started having a real role when I transferred to Boston College. So a lot of respect to these guys at 18, 19-year-old that are trying to figure it out in the league. I mean, it's hard at 24, I'll say that. But, I think as of my age is something positive, I guess,
Yeah.
Hey, QP, is it true that in your teen years you kind of stepped away from basketball a bit?
Correct. I quit playing basketball for 1 year. A lot of stuff going on at home, and I think it helped me because it really made me realize, how much the game means to me and how much, a grip on life it gave me, and I made the decision myself to get back into the game, and I've been in love with it ever since.
I've always been interested when a guy's 7 feet tall. I'm always kind of interested in when did you hit your growth spurt?
For me, it was pretty late. I grew up playing like shooting guard, small forward, and I was really, really skinny. I can still probably add some muscle, but back then I was so skinny, so I didn't even play the big position. I grew up playing small forward, shooting, driving, dribbling, and I hit my growth spurt kind of in the year that I left the sport. Like, also a part of the reason was that my hips were just killing me, right? Like, I was in pain playing, which also made it less fun. And then after I came back, I probably went from, I think at 15 I was like 6'2", and then at 16 when I came back I was like 6'9".
Wow.
So that's really when I hit my spurt.
QP, I'm the dude on the show that cares about the miscellaneous stuff, right? I want to ask you, one, why do you wear 21? And then what do the guys refer to you in the locker room? Because you got so many on social media, QP3, QP this or that. And I'm like, I like all of them, but let me ask him what he prefers and what they call you.
Everybody just kind of calls me Q or QP. Quinten, I don't really mind too much. And my number, I think my first number growing up, I always was number 12. That's kind of the number that was assigned to me. Number 12 wasn't available for the Warriors, so I just turned it around. And good friend of my teammate in college, Devin McLaughlin, he wore 21, so good to represent him too.
I love to ask professional athletes this, especially basketball players, QP. Who was your guy growing up? Like, who did you pattern your game after?
Dirk Nowitzki. Obviously, I looked up to Rick Smits, but I never thought that I would be 7'4", and he was kind of before, my time. But I started playing basketball in 2011, which is also when Dirk won that chip, right? So I just kind of grew up, and I saw this, tall, lanky, shooting big from Europe. That's kind of how I wanted to play. So, the shot, I definitely worked on it a lot because I saw a guy like that dominate the league shooting well.
Hey, Quinten, are you sick of Raymond Ritter yet?
Nah, Raymond's a great guy.
Yeah, he's all right. The more you get to work with him, the more mediocre he'll become, but he's all right. Hey, dude, thank you so much.
You're the man.
You have been the talk of our show today, and a lot of Warrior fans are really excited about what you bring to the table, and keep it up, young man.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
Take it easy.
Absolutely.